Hello and welcome, Steak here. The new blog post about Neferata and Vampire Counts rework is up there. I recorded a full video and I realize it takes a lot of your time to watch it and my analysis about everything, so screw it, let's make a recap to save your time and not be like everyone who drags 40 minutes video about a blog post. So let's go. Vampire Counts rework, of course. Now, resurrection is primary. Recruitment. Corpses in a province will determine if you can recruit units. And the more battles in the province happen, then the more corpses you get, and you can recruit units 1 to 3 tier. Tier 4 and 5, you're gonna need blood. Blood can be acquired by different things, and also traded corpses into a blood. Blood can be spent on multiple things, technologies, the critical buildings, stuff like that. So blood gonna be the valuable, no longer RNG factor where suddenly you play early game and then you get Mortis Engine. That was one of the most rewarding situations where you get Mortis Engine like until, before turn 10 somehow, and I was like, wonderful. No longer. No more RNG factor. Sorry. Vampire lairs, that's how you're gonna get your vampires. You can build them up like Kislev had for Lords and Heroes, the eye switches. You can go fast and recruit something immediately, or spend time and build it up as powerful as possible because it gives you talents or abilities and make it unique. However, I suspect that you can save characters once you spend all the time and recruit a wonderful vampire lord. You can absolutely just save characters and future campaign instantly load it just like that. It will be beneath settlements. You need to do some agent actions or occupy to have access to the vampire lair. It's random every time you play campaign. Every time it's random. It's shuffle for every campaign. It's shuffled when you start a campaign. You never know what it is unless there will be some guarantee, which I guess there will be. But yeah, I assume you can cheese it eventually over time. Vampire Count Confederation. Here's my first concern. You're gonna have to do certain things in order to confederate, and which is one thing is amazing. You don't confederate with territory and everything, at least how it looks like. I usually didn't like that with confederation, where you confederate somebody, boom, 40 extra provinces. Oh my god. Especially with Chaos Dwarfs. Oh shit. No, just look at that. Confederate, Heiner Kemmler. All of the faction legendary lords and legendary heroes will be added to your recruitment pool. They don't even get transfer alive. They get into recruitment pool. All of the faction armies will be destroyed. All of the faction regions will be left behind. Awesome. That's the best confederation. My only question is, can I do it when they're eliminated? And this is a big but. Because Barrow Legion must have 5 region or fewer, which current number of region 1. What happens if they have 0 and they're dead? Maintain the total units following type, yeah, whatever. So in order to confederate, you're gonna have to do some gimmick. But the question is, can you do it when they are dead? Because if not, that's meh. Neferata, a new free legendary lord, which is proof that the amount of work is put into it. It proves that it was supposed to be the small DLC with some units, legendary lord with some units, stuff like that. And the campaign looks like you're gonna have to do a lot of agent action. You're gonna do some you build covens, and you have to do stuff which might be revealed. Most things can be hidden. I start to suspect it might be close to Changeling. If yes, oh my god, that C8 never did homework, but maybe it's not that bad. But yeah, a lot of agent action requirement. You're gonna need to recruit a lot of them. A lot of shenanigans, assassinations, plans, manipulations, stuff like that. Question is only for me, can I lose it? Because if not, this is one-off campaign and never return, because those campaigns that you cannot lose are boring as hell. But that's my personal preference. I like to have a threat of losing. It doesn't happen often. We'll see. A lot of shenanigans. You start in a nice location where you're gonna have to fight pretty much everyone. So we'll see how it goes. And this is proof that obviously it meant to be a DLC. The unique heroes and units are really nice. So Neferata, which is a dual spellcaster, melee specialist. Dread Abyssal and Coventron are like the only unique mounts. All the abilities you can read by yourself. A lot of abilities. I'm gonna leave the link down below. Look at the added stuff. It looks wonderful. These are unique vampires. Another Neferata vampires. What else? Lamian Vampire Hero. They're gorgeous. And handmaidens. I just hope that handmaidens are not like Sartosa militia, which they're just gimmick, and you're gonna go skeletons and like zombies and stuff like that, because for some reason you can't heal them. I hope this is not a case, and handmaidens actually can be healed, and they're like absolutely something opposite that Sartosa militia is. And also, they mention here endgames, crisis, and endgame in general. So, current crisis now are just endgame scenarios, like they're crisis scenarios called. And the real endgame scenarios are Chaos Invasion, where everything chaos, aligned, happens to be under one banner of Archeron. They're all against you, and you have to weaken Archeron because he becomes massively strong, and you need to weaken his like powerful armor of ward save in order to defeat him. Once you defeat him, chaos is banished. Next is Vermintide, where you're gonna have to do a lot of purging vermin. Settlements will be visible from Skaven, and they will spread faster, including undercities. And yeah, you're gonna have to fight to get knowledge how you defeat Skaven. I'm pretty sure once you figure it out, and if it's gonna be linear, always the same, you're gonna just disable it quickly. And Nagash Rises. This one is interesting, but also might be very easily to solve. So everything united, Nagash unites all undead forces beneath his control and commands his Mortrax to attack and enact his will. So they're gonna be against you. So Nagash will be moving his Black Pyramid into Nagashizar. And your path is you must carve a path to the Black Pyramid and face Nagash in a final showdown that will decide the fate of the world. Question is here, if Nagashizar is always going to be like the primary location, because if yes, you can absolutely wait there and just kill Nagash, or it's going to be, because if it's always from Black Pyramid of Nagash to Nagashizar, always the same path, it's predictable, you can prepare from all those end games. It always was like that, where you can prepare yourself and just hop in a location, boom, I defeat Nagash, boom, vampire's gone, thank you. Something like we had with invasions, Chaos Invasion in Warhammer 2. I really hope that the Black Pyramid of Nagash will in fact move randomly or appear randomly, so we can have randomize endgame scenario where in fact it's endgame scenario rather than predictable situation. Same goes with the Vermintide. I hope it's not linear. And for the Chaos might be the biggest unless we figure out how to defeat Archon with high ward save. They also updated victory conditions and updated some Lords of Magic. My biggest question is, what the hell about Vampire Coast? Because they updated Tomb Kings, they updated Counts, now Coast definitely deserves an update. I remember they said that the all undead gets some kind of update. I don't see anything about Coast, so this is gonna be my biggest complaint about this. And my biggest another concern is that if Neferata can even lose, if not, campaign gonna be meh. And yep, overall, that's it. That's pretty much it. On Wednesday there will be stream where they show End Times campaign. Also, they are adding the flybys. You know, the camera in Warhammer 2 where you start campaign and it was drifting, on terrain and stuff. They didn't implement it earlier because they were not sure about starting locations. Now they're more certain that some of them are not changing, and they're gonna add it. My concern is some of the locations are really tight. Cetra, And Volkmar next to Nagash is questionable. I'm worried that they are not gonna stretch. They're not gonna stretch world anymore. They're not gonna add much of a terrains because those flybys are work intense. And if they are not, they're implementing them, that means they're closing it. Anyway, that's it. That's the overall some concerns and recap of this blog. You can read it by yourselves. Let me know in the comment, what do you think? What's your concerns? What's your excitements? Everything looks solid, but some of the things are not perfect. It might be. I don't want to be the negative one, but we'll see. That's it from me today. If you like Warhammer stuff, check my channel. If you like zombies as well, maybe you can help me out and subscribe. If not, it's fine. Thank you for watching. Take care and bye-bye.